After you have saved a new concept, you can add a new term. Since English is the source language, you will need to first add the term in English. And you do that by clicking the Add Term icon. This new area opens, and that's where we actually input the term. When you are done writing your term, then you want to make sure that the language is set on the correct language. Usually, TermWeb memorizes the last language that was inputted, and therefore it may not show the language you are working on. So always double check that this is correct. You can then enter the source of your term. The source of the term can be different. It can be a publication number. It can be, as in this case, a website, a reference website. The important thing is that it indicates to us the document where the term originated and was first extracted from. We then scroll down to the next fields. We have the product category. In this case, we're going to have services and support because it is a term that has to do with informatics. The next two fields are optional, but there are some information I wanted to share with you on the definition. If you have a definition, please make sure you enter it at the concept level. This field is only for clarifying purposes, but the definition usually goes at the context and at the concept level. Let's scroll down to the next field. The next field is the term type field. In this term, we have a few options: full form, acronym, abbreviation, and short form. In this case, I'm going to choose full form because my term has a full form, Applications Development Language, and it also has a short form, ADL. So I want to create a term for each of those two forms, and they will be considered synonyms as far as terminology management is concerned, with the only difference being short form versus full form. The parts of speech is noun by default. TermWeb proposes noun in this field, so we want to change it if we are entering a verb or an adjective or an adverb, then we need to change it. As long as we enter terms, it should be okay because it's suggested by default. The next few terms, again, we can enter as desired if we need to propose any information here. And then there is the context field. In the context field, we want to enter the sentence from where we found the term originally. The context is a full sentence, and therefore it needs to end with a period. The information provided in the context should not be the same as a definition. It should not be an example. It should really only be a sentence containing the term that we want to research. The context field is optional but highly recommended, but if we do enter a context, then we want to have a source for the context. The context is the starting point of all terminology research, and therefore it's extremely important because it gives us the connotation of the term and exactly the domain where the term is used in. Usage status. We will give more information about this field when we do the target language. However, these are the options that we can use: preferred, admitted, and not recommended. In the usage note, we can insert any information that we feel may be useful. For instance, if we have a term that is only used in liquid chromatography, then we may want to add a note saying that information. Any other note that can be helpful, any additional information that can be helpful to explain the term can be entered in a separate note with the corresponding reference. The website, if we found the term in a given website, or if there is a document in a website with more information about the term, then we may record that here, and we can also record an example. Once we are done with the mandatory and with the optional information, we can save our term, and it's shown to the right of our screen.